Up screen, click on Open, browse to your Common folder, and open the sample MEP project. With the file open, I'm going to go to the project browser and scroll down until I find the HVAC section and HVAC Level 2 HVAC plan. Double click on it to open. While this view has been used for general design, I also want to create some documentation views. And those documentation views may well be completely different to what we're looking at here, even though the data is the same. To duplicate a view, all I need to do is select the view in the project browser and right-click on it. I then have the option to duplicate the view, with 3 options on how it is duplicated. Let's start with the first one. I'm going to click on Duplicate and create the new view. This has now created a view called Copy of Level 2 HVAC Plan. If I zoom into an area, you'll see in this plan we have exactly the same information as the other plan, apart from the annotation. When we did the duplicate, we copied the view, but not the annotation objects themselves. Here you can see we have tags representing the information about the ducts and the air terminals. So let's rename this first view. I can either right-click on it, or in the Properties palette, click on View Name and rename it here. I'm going to call this Level 2 HVAC Plan Duplicated. This is so we can see the difference between the different methods. Next, I'll right-click on the first view again, go back to Duplicate View and Duplicate with Detailing. I'll do that rename process again and call this one with Detailing. And you can see in this view we've retained all the tags. The duplicated one doesn't. And here's our original. Finally, we have the duplicate as a dependent. This is really smart. What's happened here? We've created a dependent view of Level 2 HVAC Plan. What this means is we could have 3 or as many different views as we need as zones, and not HVAC zones. I'm talking about building zones for your documentation. So let's say in our project we have a north zone, a central zone, and a south zone. We can right-click on this view, duplicate as a dependent, and we'll do that one more time. And then we'll rename those views. Let's rename the first one. And let's drag our Properties palette out so we can see the whole name. There's the view name. Let's call this Level 2 HVAC Plan North. Select the next view. We'll call this Level 2 HVAC Plan South. And finally, let's go with Level 2 HVAC Plan Central. These dependent views, as well as all the other views, have a crop region. We'll look at these in more detail later on. But with the crop region, I can select the crop region. Here we're in the south view. So let's stretch the crop region down so we only see the south part of the building. Let's go to Central. We'll do the same here. drag the grips, and finally the north plan. So there we have our north, south and central zones, which we can now place on sheets. The really great thing about this is that with having a match line on the drawing, we can now reference this across our sheets.